Well, we're out at Fan today, and the reason we're here is because we're on the way to the airport, but I need to fill up the car, and so we're taking the opportunity to come to Fan and just have a little coffee maybe before we just nip into the airport. So we'll fill you in with some of the updates which have been happening over the last couple of days. So quite a bit of news to tell you. The reason we're here is because we're on the way to the airport and we're going to pick up our daughter and her family, so really exciting times for us. And we stopped off at the Fan just so that I could fill up the diesel. Taking the opportunity to have a little drink, so cheers.
Cheers.
There is some news as well. A couple of days ago there was some real confusion about what was required for anybody coming to Mallorca, and it was because the tourism people in the UK said that all the things had been dropped, or they made a mistake anyway, and they've apologised profusely. The Spanish Minister of Health, Minister of Tourism, they've been apologising profusely about the mistake. And basically, the thing that did change on the 6th of this month, 6th of April, was that if you're fully jabbed up, you don't need to fill in this Spanish health form. A little bit like the UK's locator form that they had. It's called the Spanish travel health form. And if you're travelling here from the UK and a lot of other places as well, you don't need to fill that if you are fully jabbed. If you're not fully jabbed, pretty much you can't come. That rule hasn't changed. So you have to be fully vaccinated, which means you've had both jabs, and if your second jab was more than 270 days ago, then you need to have had the booster as well. No expiration date on the booster, so if you've had your booster, you're considered fully jabbed. If you haven't had the booster, just check your days, because if it comes up to 270 days since you had it, and that could happen for some people, then it doesn't count, and you won't be allowed in. It'll turn you away at the airport when you get to Mallorca.
One of the ladies I know has had her 4th injection.
Yes, some people I know here are having the 4th injection, and I know in the UK vulnerable people are already having the 4th injection. Very noisy. When I arrived here in Fan, I said to Anita, I can't believe how noisy it is. So I do hope you can hear what I'm saying. One of the complaints we had a few days ago was the weather had been so awful during March. Well, it has started to settle. We had beautiful blue skies today, but the best news of all is I'm on holiday, and school finished today for me, so that's 2 weeks for Easter, and we've got the family here, so we're going to have a really good time. We've ordered some tapas just because we've got a bit of a wait before their plane lands. And so we'll have a few tapas here in Fan, and then we'll go off to the airport and pick them up. So I'll speak to you again later. Well, when we have tapas, one of the things I always go for, the potatoes, the chips, they're called patatas bravas, and they've got this lovely sauce which is a little bit picante, a bit hot, spicy, but very, very tasty, so it's always one of my favourites. Well, the croquettes have just arrived, and I've already pinched one. There's one missing off the end there. Oops, sorry. So really enjoying our tapas here, and Anita's just reminding me about the passports. You have to be really careful with your passports as well now, because Britain's not in Europe anymore, the European Union. The rules have changed a little bit on passports, and if your passport is more than 10 years old, it's no longer valid. So you have to be careful, because it is possible that you renewed your passport more than 10 years ago before it was actually due to be renewed, and your passport then has too much time left on it. So do be careful with your passport. Make sure your passport's in date. There may be a checking facility online just to make sure you can actually use it. If in doubt, get a new one. But also make sure that you've got enough time left on it for your stay as well. So passport's the other thing you need to be careful with. So safe travels everyone, but I'll give you a bit more of an update in a moment. One of the reasons we come to the shopping centre is that we get
petrol, and then we get the 8% discount that they offer. And the way they do that, they charge a regular price, and then they send you a check for 8% of it. Well, it all builds up and accumulates. I need to get to the 8% check. And over a few weeks, I think they give it quarterly, so it's 3 months. I need to get a check, and she'll go and buy a few bottles of wine with it. But the price of the petrol here and the diesel is normal price compared with everybody else, but we get the 8% off. Except now, the government is also giving us an extra 20 cents off a litre. So we get 20 cents off a litre, and we get 8% off something, I'm not sure what, total price probably. And so, yeah, we should be doing all right for the price of the petrol and the diesel at the moment. There's a bit of a queue to get in, so I'll just sit and wait for a while. So I can see the prices now, and the diesel that I put in is $1.54 with the discounts, and petrol 95 is $1.51, just to give you some idea. That is with all of the discounts. Oh, we just parked up in the parking now, got our tickets, and we're heading into the airport now to meet our family. To park on the 3rd floor, so it's a lot of escalators going down to get to the ground floor, and then walk in to meet them. They've landed already, but they've got to get off the plane, they've got to go through passport control, and then they're going to have to get their passports stamped, and then they're going to pick the luggage up. So hopefully we've timed it just about right. Rita's very excited, as you can imagine. Got your mask on? Oh, we're just going to go outside now, so you certainly don't need your mask on outside. I may have said it already, but masks go on the 20th of April. So up till the 20th of April, you've got to wear masks, and then from the 20th of April onwards we don't have to, which is good news when we're back at school. We don't have to wear masks at school. I think some may still continue to wear them. Just heading towards the airport. Oh, we've got an important football match. We might bump into the players now, actually. The Atletico Madrid are coming to Mallorca to play a really important match for Mallorca. Still no points for the last 8 games. It's getting a little bit desperate now. Atletico Madrid, one of the teams right up at the top, and it's looking pretty crowded here.
There's all those cars waiting to come in.
Yes, there was a big long queue of cars to get in, so we had to queue a little bit to get into the airport. I've been reading how busy the airports have been in the UK. Our family have come from Heathrow, so their plane was delayed, but not by very much, so not too bad. But certainly a lot busier than it was the last time we were here.
Definitely. When was the last time we were here? With Serena.
With Serena, yeah. And Anita's booked up to go over in June, just for a few days. And then I guess, I don't know, we haven't decided yet what's going to happen in the summer. So we've got no firm plans on that yet. The walkway's moving, so we'll go up on the walkway just to speed our travel up a little bit, because we're getting a bit excited. This is the area where all the taxis are. So if you're coming into Palma, this is where you'll get your taxis, and the coaches on either side, so where the coaches meet you as well. If you've got a package holiday, it'll take you off to your hotel. Right, so nearly at the entrance, and I certainly have to put my mask on, so I'm going to have to turn the camera off now and catch up with you in a few moments. So we've made it to the arrivals gate where they're arriving. They should be coming through very, very soon. We're at gate C, seems to be the right one. Plane's landed. I'm looking out for them. Well, here they are. They've arrived. Masks on.